first match of the second week of the 31st Grand Arena season, and I'm playing against Scratch That Kitsch. Unfortunately, my iPad didn't record the first bit, so I had to start with the first battle already, but we're not missing much here. It's just like, yeah, almost a standard now. Treya gegen Radis. That was a north wall fight, by the way. Just wanted to get some things out of the way before going to the south wall. And I didn't see anything that sparked my interest in terms of using Treya, so I thought I should use her here on this team. Pretty straightforward battle actually. It's maybe a little bit of clock against a race against the clock. So you don't want to let Radis get to like 100 stacks of whatever this thing is called, so that he gets his quote-unquote ultimate off, and depending on how the fight pans out, it can get dicey at times, or like feel dicey, but usually Madness is fast enough to take out Radis here, as you can see. And then after that, it's just like a cleanup, and having Marauder on the team here kind of helps with that. He does quite some damage, even though with Sons of Empire he's running with. And so, yeah, it's a little bit then just getting all the annoyance out of the way. Also going to focus Biston down, or potentially going forward when he's around Cassian, as depending on the modding, of course, with R8 he might be more of a nuisance than an R5 Biston. He is R8 here, as you can see, but this depends on the modding, and in this case I think it was more potency related at this moment. Yeah, and then SRP, as always, annoying, but not really, because he's isolated, so, but he doesn't do any damage, or not much damage, so you can ignore him for the most part. Easy enough battle, and of course not full banners here because of the nature of Treya and the limited protection recovery, but it was a good start. Then there was CLS team, which it's, yeah, seeing them, or I saw them more often recently, but I think they are better off on offense given the Datacrons that they have. And I also think that, as you can see, Aiden is, I wouldn't say a hard counter, it's more like a natural counter, because I've seen in some histories that it also can go downhill, that CLS wins against Aiden on defense. And so it's, yeah, gotta play it right, I guess. But it also comes down to which comp you're using, and I'm using quite an offensive comp here, with Death Trooper, with Range Trooper, with the assist, retribution, all that kind of stuff really helps. Here I just try to avoid hitting our friend CLS, so that's why I'm going for CPO. And yeah, so with this comp it feels less dicey, I guess. That's what I wanted to say. And here getting some banners back. But unfortunately CLS decides to steal them anyway with his repost, whatever it's gonna call. Yeah, steals a banner overall, but was okay. Was easy enough battle, right? So then I think this is a softball battle. I wanted to try the JKL counter to Malgus, but I don't have the ideal Datacron for that. For that you would need on the level 6, the 100% more damage when they have full health, full protection. And with this comp, with the bonus protection you're getting on the best elite, there is quite a lot of that. So you have quite an extended amount of turns where you have like 100% damage. And so I thought that could work. Got out Basti quite fast, which was nice. But then, yeah, I missed the oomph that JKL would have needed. I think if he does 100% more damage, I think it's quite nice, especially with the damage that I have on him. It's almost like 40.8k. So yeah, could have helped. But yeah, I wanted to see anyway if this works, and the idea is to get out Basti first, so Dark Basti, and then focus down the others like Talon or like what's his face, Revan, and then just go for Malgus in the end, because usually he potentially kills himself by attacking JKL and he counters him to death. But yeah, it's an uphill battle in this case without the right Datacron. So as you can see, there's some fear involved. and it's quite hard to get the damage out, even especially after now that the bonus protection is gone, and then they also make less damage. That's also one thing on the best elite. You get extra offense, I think 35% when you have the bonus protection. So plus the 100%, that's quite something. But that isn't the case. But at least I was, invested enough in that battle to take out Talon before anything else could go wrong in terms of dying for Luke. And so I knew that I can clean this up. And this time I then went in as a cleanup of the bounty hunters, essentially just doing the thing that I usually did as initial counter, trying to take out Magus and then the rest. This time it's a cleanup, but the goal is the same. First, trying to take out Magus and then just playing it down and taking them out. And I think because there is no Basti anymore and there's no Talon anymore, it doesn't feel as difficult. At least that was my perception of the battle. Maybe one more information on the first battle. I used the Datacron with 25% TM, which also helps to, get the Jedi running. They get 15% from Best Elite anyway, and then plus the 25%. That's quite something, I'd say. So, here in this battle, just got my contract, waiting for Mr. Mando to take his turn so I can take out Magus. Happened here, and now it's a little bit like just survival game, I guess. There is not really a lot of damage on this team except Aura, or maybe Sam if you mod them both for offense, but you want to mod Sam for speed. Of course, quite some offense because a bit of that is shared with the rest of the team when you have the Omicron. But other than that, this team kind of lacks the offensive output. Okay, you have seen Mando doing 100k damage here, but on my modding, he's not ideal for that, for damage dealing. I modded him mainly for crit chance. Also on the triangle. And that's why I don't expect him to do a lot of damage. Sometimes he surprises me, but sometimes not. So in the end, it's just staying alive and give Mando turns so that he can get off cooldown for his shot, as you can see here, and then take out the characters. That was the idea. 43 banners, so was okay for cleanup. And then there was a C, which I usually feel comfortable playing a mirror. And also I changed my play style a little bit compared to the first week, where I was playing mainly offensive with 5 GLs in offense, and this time I changed that. I think I only had 3 GLs in offense. C was one of them, and his use was limited, and so I felt maybe I should try that and use him for that. But they also had the 400% or defense turned into 400% offense or something like that. And you can see it here, it's quite some damage that they're doing, and so I didn't have a chance. But it was good to learn. And then I thought, what else do I have? I would have had Wampa, but I didn't trust Wampa because of Red Trooper. And so I thought, maybe just Grievous worked in the past, might work here as well. And for him, it's even beneficial if they kill the character first, or, ideally Newt. But they were linked. So, and as you can see, the alt bar of C was also quite full already because it was 20% passive ally. And so it was a little bit dicey. Unfortunately, here I take out Red, and so all progress was made to nothing, or turned into nothing. And so I decided, okay, potentially I just should take out all the ads and then go for C, because I think that might be safer than waiting for the right moment just to go for C all the time. And that's what I did. Take out Red, take out Dooku, then of course Extortion so it helps to keep C a little bit under control with his TM stuff, and then suddenly Marauder is gone, and then it is 4 against 1. Even though the ultimate bar is low, there's high, there is no link character, there's nothing that's threatening me really, and getting bonus turns because of death, and so Extortion comes again, and I felt okay, I think this is a good cleanup. And I didn't really, even though there were of course some cooldown stuff different compared to a first try, but I still think this would also work first try, so that's good to know. Then there was a ray on the south wall, and I had to use my second GL, and here I played it wrong. Wrong in the sense that I underestimated or forgot the effects that our friend GK does. As you can see, there is some crit immunity, so it's hard to get to the ult charge bar, or hard to get this up for Kylo. As you can see, I was not even like at the first threshold, and half my team is gone. Still flying half a team for, but it's not enough. And then she's an ult, does more damage, of course, per ally, and so here I was in the pickle. What should I do? Should I just take the risk? But I would have been wiped out, so I had to go with one ult charge there, essentially, or like the first level of that into the ult, and of course there's no way in hell I would survive the rest of the battle here, because there's no way to get again very fast to second time the ult charge. It's close, of course, but not close enough. Would have needed another AoE here, which I think I didn't have a Wable, and also just the damage I had, but the crit immunity again came in clutch here, and other than that, also the damage output of the team is quite good, and a solo Kylo Ren cannot withstand that. Yeah, second chance again comes down to timing, and here I think I timed it well, but then again, same thing as always. There's not only the problem of me not being able to crit, there's also the problem of health steal on this team. It was quite high, I think it was like 300% or something, so whenever they do damage, they heal like crazy. And it is, by the way, a little bit derailing. Something that annoys me when you sometimes go into drain cooldowns from a Ray, and there's like a level 1 characters, and she does one hit and is back to full health. It doesn't make any sense, because she doesn't make that amount of damage. Yeah, that's weird. So, and then we're going into cleanup, and I thought, let's take in Maul, why not? There's GK, so he has 5 stacks of Anguish. I have Watt, so I get a trigger like the turn meter on Maul immediately. Then I can go all out on GK. Or I try to do it the traditional way, like first special and then just do a bit of damage, and then use the 5 stacks again with a little bit more damage on everyone already to take out the characters. And as you can see, could essentially one-shot all the characters, so without triggering the threshold of the damage immunity, which was amazing. Unfortunately, lost our friend Django here. That's why I mod him for health to take whirlwinds, but in this scenario it wasn't ideal, so I have to push him a little bit higher. So he lost his life to whirlwind, so to say. And then my team lost its life except Maul, and I have some stacks of Anguish, so I felt like, yeah, maybe I can take out at least Poe. Worked, and then I'm dying to a whirlwind, but that was a great cleanup, so that I can work with that, because now her ultimate is, as always, a no bonus damage, and the rest I can live with. I sent in level 1 characters, I think 2 of them, to drain the cooldowns a little bit, or like get her into the damage immunity, but she was healing herself up immediately. That's why I mentioned it's just stupid that theoretical damage is counted for the health steal, and not the actual damage that is dealt. When there's like 100 health, so you do 100 damage, and then you only can get like 200 or like 500, 600 health recovered, and not like thousands of that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, but while I'm complaining here and mumbling, you can see Geo's doing their stuff. It's still, like, to me, as you can see here, like, full back to green, one of the best cleanups for Ray. I don't know, or generally also for other GLs, but yeah. Spy is just, Spy is your friend, put it like that. He's potentially my next Relic 9 if I feel stupid. Then Starkiller Mirror. I was faster, so I felt comfortable with playing the Mirror. Sometimes I'm feeling more like, yeah, maybe let's try something else, because if you don't land the debuff here, or don't get all 5 debuffs, or you cannot cycle back with the first action, with the first turn from Mara Jade, because you didn't get 5 debuffs to her second turn, it really can become dicey, and then sometimes you lose control over the battle quite quickly. But usually it's safe. And as you can see, I've taken out the revive opportunity for them. Now I focus down their engine, so to say, and now it's about the old guy and then just the annoyance there, the main damage dealer. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Nothing really, yeah, I don't know, interesting. It's just mirror like mirrors are, which went well. So full banners on that was quite nice. Then Lord Vader team used my last GL here, played it, yeah, kind of safe without knowing what's waiting in the back wall, and yeah, I think by now you've seen so many of these battles, and they can go wrong if you don't play it right, of course. That's always a danger, especially here with this. It's a very expensive lineup, considering that there is also Piet, but it's still like, as I mentioned before in all the videos, comparing Lord Vader without Piet and Maul is like Cat or like JMK without Cat and Snips. It's a different character, it's a different team, and so you really have to juggle your priorities. Maul was priority number one. Piet actually for me is always a little bit more important than Darth Vader, because Piet with the retribution he gives to, or like the call to assist he has on Vader and that kind of stuff, it really is annoying, and it really can throw counters upside down. And that's why he was my second priority. And then usually you want to go for Darth Vader, because his ability blocks against Jedi can be annoying. But because there's Padme and because there's Cat, he has a hard time landing those ability blocks, so it doesn't really matter that much. If you're like with all Jedi, like let's say, I don't know, no Padme but someone else, you might want to take out Vader a little bit earlier, because of the ability blocks. They can be annoying, because they limit your abilities. Haha, wow, that's what ability blocks do, right? But because, yeah, Padme and Cat are almost safe from that, so it's not that much of an issue. And then of course it's just a matter of timing your ultimate right? So after that Vader did his, you do yours, and then you ideally inflict healing immunity on him, and then the fight is over quite quickly. Yeah, so lost one banner, but it was okay. Then there was an Iden team. So I used my Wampa here. Haven't done it in a while actually. You don't see Iron on defense that much anymore, except it's part of a plan. When you wanted to rain Wampa, like, or a team that usually people would use Wampa on the front wall, you could place Iron on the back wall. So you could use droids there, for instance. Those Swordy droids is a team that people use Wampa on, or potentially even C with a shitty Sith. This could also be something to drain Wampa. Because Iden still, like, if you don't have the right characters or the right teams, sometimes there's a chance of just not clearing, so you can use a strategy if you want to. Yeah, but in this case I had Wampa, and potency tenacity check was no problem for me, so it felt quite okay doing that. Here I'm not targeting Stormtrooper because he would have come back right away, and so I wanted to wait to take him out now and then take out Iden. So easy enough battle, what was nice. Then speaking of Swordy, there was a Swordy, and I felt cute and used Bad Batch here, and almost like got shafted. As you can see, almost lost Echo, but then I give him the turn, or swap turns with him, turn the tables, yeah, stun the droids, as you can see here, heal up the team, and then feel quite comfortable back in the driver's seat, get defense up, and from there on it's quite very easy, right? Of course, gotta admit the team wasn't so that challenging, because Swordy was not super thick, but still, like, with the healing unit and all that stuff, she isn't really a problem. Then there was a Mon Mothma team, with troopers here. Observation, I don't know, there is something in the kit of Mon Mothma that triggers the TM gain on Magma Trooper, because he resists something, and so he gets a 70% TM. and you go first, doesn't matter what comp that is of Magma. With Magma on the Trooper team, you always will go first. But I actually don't know what it actually is. I tried to find it in the kit, in the code description that you can find on Star Wars Galaxies or .gg. Butchering the URL now, but there you can read the code, and I didn't find anything that does that. But maybe I was looking in the wrong place. So if any one of you has an idea, please let me know what it is. Yeah, and then there was a first order team, second grade, third grade, first order team. So more food. So yeah, what can I say? I think this was also the last ground battle. Then we go into ships, which is time for me to ramble, but I currently have nothing really to ramble about, I think. So let's see, maybe we can talk about the battles actually. So this was, again, Rebels gegen Raiders. Nothing surprising here. There was the X-Wing in the starting lineup, so that's what I focused on first. Don't want to get dazed. So, and then Poe, because he's annoying, and then the tank, and in this case didn't even get a chance to call a reinforcement, or they also get a chance. So 74 banners, which was nice. Then there was Empire fleet as always, and I felt like trying Negotiator again, even though I knew it was risky or dicey, and but it was okay. It was Tarkin, which is less threatening than Thrawn, in my opinion, or at least it feels like that, right? And so I said, why not? And of course, they're focusing down our friend Anakin again. Yeah. So lost. It's not really, yeah, it is the win condition, but it's not like a hardcore win condition. Sometimes you still can win that battle when Anakin is gone if you still have like a strong reinforcement or a strong team. And in this case, he just died too early. So I knew this was like an uphill battle, so I had to take out what I can and potentially need to clean up this whole thing, which always is something I don't like in ships, especially against strong fleets, because it's hard to keep track of the cooldowns, and sometimes when you play against Negotiator, for instance, the first turn of Negotiator is again like the mass assist, and then you're screwed as well because your key ship is out already, like when you have a clean up or something and they start on Millennium Falcon. So it's not nice to having to clean up stuff in ships, even less so than in on the ground, because sometimes when you're not sure, like with Ray battles, you can use like one character and have like plenty of them just to like cooldowns, right? And here it's like, yeah, you only have so much capital ships, and yeah. But anyway, at least got out the bomber, which was nice, and then I thought maybe I can also take out the interceptor. Got close, but then there's foresight in a way, and yeah, it was hard. Then the ultimate from Tarkin is triggered, and didn't really get the chance to take it out. But overall, I think this is still a position where you can clean up easily, and so I decided to take in First Order. And because now there's no foresight, no nothing, it felt quite simple enough to take out TIE Interceptor, then go for Vader and then TIE Fighter. Still, you want to avoid like AoEs and stuff like that when TIE Fighter is involved, especially when he has foresight, because then you just give TM to Tarkin, and that's something that you don't need to do if it isn't necessary. Unfortunately, here was the case. I had no ability that would help me otherwise, but also want to get rid of like foresight here. Then I call in the gauntlet, but not much of a problem. I mean, I could have done something else, but I want to get rid of foresight. That's what I actually should have said. Then calling no reinforcement using, I think that's the only basic of a capital ship that really makes sense, is the finalizer one, as of now. Yeah, and it helps to take out ships. So, and talking of basics that are unnecessary, sometimes I also enjoy doing the basic on Executor, but mainly just to not use other abilities, just to get the healing move again, to heal up a ship. And yeah, this was a starting lineup of Executor, which I not necessarily feel good taking in finalizer against, and so I felt like I should do the mirror, even though I'm again slower. Like I didn't join the red race on who has the Relic 9 Piet and who has not. I was always in the position, I don't need that in my life. And so I'm fine. I have to be fine with going second in most of the time. That's okay. Usually it doesn't really change the outcome of the battle. It can sometimes, but as in chips, as always, there's so much RNG involved anyway that the last bit of RNG isn't that much of a deal breaker usually. Yeah, and got RC out, which is always weird to see, like those ships, like when there is a different starting lineup than with Xanadu, it's always like so weird. We get RC out quite easily, and then have to deal with those ships that usually are there from the start, coming as a reinforcement. Here getting out Slave 1 is always like my next priority, because I don't want to deal with this like bomb. But yeah, also because Houndstooth is a little bit out of reach most of the time in terms of like one-shotting it. And so yeah, got the ultimate, and then it was easy enough, and now I'm just waiting to get another chance to heal, or I felt like just finishing the fight. Usually just do basics here, yeah, and like with all chips basics, or potentially just a special to regain taunt from Houndstooth, and then at some point you get your next chance to heal, do that, and then after that you either can use the ultimate of Executor or do whatever you want and feel like doing to finish the fight. And here it was actually basically finish the fight. Yeah, and that was the final battle, and this is not the final score, but this is my score that I had. Not the best score, but it was enough because my opponent decided to stop playing because they had some failures on my back wall, could only clear one more team, and then gave up after that. So that was a good start into the second week, and it will get even better in terms of matches. So thanks for watching, and looking forward to the next round. Bye!